All right, so current damage for some reason is looking this way. Um, but I can organize this later, whatever. But for now, let's take a look at what I have available to me as I'm in my bathrobe. You notice how I had this in my mouth like a freaking child? Um, yeah, I'm not opposed to that, but whatever. We like to wet the tip in this household. Ha ha ha. Right. So one of the favorite or my favorite comments I've been getting as of late is what a weird view is the fact that while I don't look like a cigar smoker, also how old am I, stuff like that. I won't get into that. But where I'm going to go with cigars is that I have deceptively been into cigars for far longer than people seem to realize. And I have really loved cigars for pretty much my entire adult life at this stage in the game. So, what got me into it was, well, several things. I've talked about this numerous times, but I will admit, having two grandfathers who loved their cigars, I kind of just fell in love with the aroma of good tobacco as a child, which is kind of rare, right? Like, I don't like the smell of smoke, but tobacco. I just love the taste and the smell of tobacco. But also, I'm one of those people who drinks like peaty scotches. I like eating like beef liver. Like I have a very refined palate. Besides my refined, comfy bathrobe, but I have a refined that's been mine for 20 years. But whatever, a refined palate. So, cigars just kind of makes sense to me. It's not the nicotine. I really don't like nicotine. It's helpful for me. I'm very ADHD, if you cannot tell, so it's beneficial. But I really enjoy cigars for the sake of the flavor for it. Like even this is more of a mildish Connecticut. It's not bad, but I personally find myself drawn to something that's a little bit darker, like this, for example. A little bit more of a dark, heavy body, full-bodied stick is more so my thing most of the time. But so back to my cigar chat, as I'm going to go ahead and cut this for all you beautiful people to see. So what got me into it was, well, I had my grandfather. So let's see, this cut, my grandfathers were very much into it. And when I started nice and clean too. When I started my first business back in Virginia, I was pretty stressed out. I didn't know what I was doing, so I was always in this like go 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 crazy state mentally. To be entirely frank with you, so I realized I needed something to calm myself down, and so for me, that was cigars. Cigars are what calmed me down. Cigars helped me tremendously. Now, I will say things like meditation, long walks, um, knowing thyself, that helps more so. But this was a good tool at that time in my life. And if you cannot tell, I've oftentimes used this as a tool. Now, I will say this is something I do enjoy in moderation. I try to pretend I'm not sensitive to nicotine or caffeine, but I really am. So I prefer not being like an amped up, wired state all the time. I know the jokes about illegal drug use are in the comments all the time. I am very, very clean. I am a good Christian lad from a good Christian family, and so I live my life that way. I am better than you. That is a joke. That is a joke. I'm not. But I don't do drugs, and I don't even drink alcohol. But I do have a stogie. So I think initially what made me fall in with cigars was really seeing my grandfathers into it. So maybe they weren't the best example. I think they were, but that's what really got me into it. And I remember grabbing my first one. I was a teenager, right? Well, legal age teenager, and I was just like, not a bad draw, by the way. I was just like, I'm so cool, cool, cool. That was my response to it. And then I got really, really sick because I inhaled like a moron. And then, as I said, I just ended up getting back into it. So cigars have just always been a really positive thing for me, but it's not that way for everyone. So if you love it, great. If you don't love it, I mean, they're not the best for you, so nothing wrong with that either. But that's why I love to chat about my love of the stogie on the YouTubes. Anyway, I'm gonna go smoke one because I want to work on my palate and everything else. Have the best of your life. See you around. Adios, amigo. Bye bye.